All right, now that you know how to get into the TWIG science activity time travel, you're now going to start the distant learning activity. We're going to do this one together in class, and we're probably going to do the next one together, and then I'll let you try it on your own. So make sure you have your time travel tour guide book. All of the work, even though we're doing the distant learning online, all of the work will be in your book and be expected to be turned in from your book. All right, here we go. We're going to listen to our TWIG Coach Part 1 together today. Take it away, TWIG Coach.
Hello? Is this thing on? Where am I? Hello? Oh, hello there! I'm a little confused. Could you tell me what the date is, please? Excellent! I'm right where and when I need to be. Welcome to this module, Time Traveling Tour Guides. You're about to become a time traveler. As an experienced time traveler myself, I know just how much you've got to look forward to. And guess what? You absolutely love this module. In this module, we will answer this big question. How have weathering and erosion sculpted some of the Earth's most interesting landscapes? There's quite a few new words in that question, isn't there? And what does the phenomenon of Earth's landscapes have to do with time travel? Well, we're going to find out by traveling back in time to see how some of Earth's most spectacular landscapes formed and how they have changed over millions of years. What can you tell me about what the word change means? Change is when something is no longer the same. Change can mean a few things, but today we are going to be talking about physical changes. Imagine you're having a stroll around your neighborhood, observing your surroundings. You might see features like hills, fields, or trees, maybe some sidewalks and buildings too. What evidence of change do you think you might see? Is it easy to tell how long it takes for changes to occur? That's our first challenge. Watch the Changing Landscapes video carefully and look for evidence of changes over time. Complete the Make Observations section in your TWIG book by drawing evidence of one change from the video. Try to write a few sentences about the change, what caused it to occur, and whether it happened over a short or long time.
All right, so two things. We are going to watch the video, but the other thing I want you to do is I want you to go around your own neighborhood and look at any changes that you observe or changes that you think have happened over time. But let's go ahead and go to the video. So how to do this, I'm going to click the X, and then I'm going to scroll up where it says Make Observations. You'll see Changing Landscapes. Anytime you see a square with a triangle next to it, that means it is a video in this TWIG activity. So I'm going to click it. Where I'm writing information again is in my TWIG book. It says Make Observations. It is on page 3. Okay, here we go. Let's make observations from this video. Remember, make observations. What are you seeing? All right, did you see a lot of changes? Please make those observations. You draw what you observe and you take notes. Okay, I'm going to show it one more time just to make sure we're on the same page. You draw what you observe and you take notes. For example, in the very beginning, I observed cracks in the sidewalk. So let's watch it again, but now take notes. Cracks in the sidewalk, like I said. What do you observe? Write it down. What do you observe? All right, if you need to pause the video for an opportunity to do your drawing, go ahead and pause the video. I'm going to hit the X button to get out of this and the X button to get out of this. Now I'm going to scroll up. Again, if you need to pause the video for your drawing, go for it. Now we're going to do the Twig Coach Part 2. This most likely is going to get us into this bottom part where it says challenge. All right, here we go.
Did you enjoy a nice stroll through the neighborhood in the video? What evidence of change did you see? I identified 3 areas of change. How many did you identify? Did you make sure to include your evidence? Great. That means we are well on our way to answering our first driving question for this module. What makes landscapes change over time? Let's dig more into changing landscapes. What changes did you observe? Yes, we observed the cracks in the ground. Did you see the flaking paint from the wall or the puddle of water on the ground? What do you think may have caused them? Maybe a tree root could have caused the cracks. The sun probably caused the flaking paint. Or maybe it was people picking it. But where could the puddle of water have come from? Yes, a rain shower. So we can see evidence of changes, and we can make a good guess at what caused them. But which changes occurred slowest over the most amount of time? And which occurred the fastest? Yes, the puddle would appear quickly after a rain shower, so that would be the fastest. What about the cracks in the ground? Yes, if it was caused by a tree root, the crack would have occurred the slowest. The tree would need years and years to grow to crack the ground. So the order of fastest to slowest is 1, puddle, 2, flaking paint, 3, cracks in ground. Now, I want you guys to try something with me. Close your eyes. Go on. I want you to imagine you are a teeny tiny ant. What might these changes look like to an ant? Wow, can you imagine it? A tiny puddle might look like an entire ocean, or a crack in the ground might look like an enormous canyon. Whoa! If it's hard for you to imagine, here's a visual of what a puddle would look like to an ant. Oh, but you'll need to open your eyes to see it. Now, that should give you a better perspective. A raindrop for an ant would be massive. Ah! How long would it take for a puddle to form? What about a lake? Yes, a puddle could form in a matter of minutes, but an actual lake would take thousands of years to form. So the changes we saw in the neighborhood happened much more quickly than larger Earth features, like canyons and lakes. How will this information help us to figure out that big question? How have weathering and erosion sculpted some of Earth's most interesting landscapes? If we're talking about the neighborhood or any area of land, we call it a landscape. The word landscape means all the features that can be seen in an area of land. Weathering and erosion are processes that cause landscapes to change over time. Weathering is when rocks are broken down into smaller pieces by wind or water, plants or animals. When those broken pieces of rock are moved to another place by wind or water, like rain and streams, this is known as erosion. Phew, quite a few new words to remember. But don't worry, we'll explore these processes in more detail. I have seen the future and can tell you that we will be learning loads more about these words throughout this module. We've gotten off to a fantastic start, time-traveling tour guides. To finish this lesson, go ahead and complete the pre-exploration in your TWIG book. You need to read the text and decide if each sentence is true or false. Write the false sentences in the box provided.
Page
then
4.
Explain why you think they are not true. I'll see you next time.
Okay, I'm going to hit the X on the upper corner and the X again. So here's the pre-exploration on your distant learning, but you're not going to write on here. Once again, you're not going to write on here. Are you going to write on here? No, you're not going to write on here. You will be writing in your book. All right, so please do finish the pre-exploration. Remember, our vocabulary words were landscape, weathering, and erosion. So try, and try again to use those 3 vocabulary words. Then take a screenshot of both these pages, turn it in for your assignment today, and that is it on our very first lesson of Time Travel Tour Guide. And remember, our question is, explore the phenomena of erosion and weathering. What makes landscapes change over time? Hopefully you know that. Bye-bye.